Okay, this fire right here is made out of fuel stove pellets. It'll burn for 1 hour on one hopper full. I bought a bag of it at Home Depot for $5. It's a 40-pound bag. This is the bag. $5 for 40 pounds. This will burn for 1 hour. Works out to 17 cents an hour for that fire. And after it burns down, you'll get another hour of coals at the bottom. So you get 2 hours of heat out of this for 17 cents. This is a Trangia alcohol stove. I'm not going to get too much into the alcohol because there's a whole cult of it on the internet. If you want to know anything about a Trangia, just Google it, look for it on YouTube. There's hundreds of different ways to make these alcohol stoves. It'll burn approximately 15 minutes on 3 ounces of alcohol. I also got the alcohol at Home Depot. It's denatured alcohol. This is a can it came out of. $17 a can. Calculated out, it's 40 cents to fill this up, so it's $1.60 an hour for this one to run. I'm not a gram freak here, so this is car camping or emergency preparedness, something in your house if you have an electric stove and the power goes out, a little bit of residual heat, so gram freaks don't get mad. Now, this stove right here is a gassier. It's not just a hobo stove. We're not just looking at a fire inside of a can here. I'll try and show you. It's not gassing yet. This stove has 2 walls in here, an inner and outer wall, and it has holes on the side here that draft. These draft up like a wood stove. The air inside here is hotter than outside, so hot air expands, making it lighter. That means that the cold, heavy air out here will push the air through the slots the same way that it pushes the air up through a pipe on a wood-burning stove. So when this gets hot enough, you're going to get air blowing out of here. Now this is going to smoke. The air is going to blow up here and burn the smoke. On these type of stoves, you need to build the fire from the top and let it burn down. That's completely contrary to Okie logic, where you normally have the fire start at the bottom and burn up. But on this, you actually want it to smoke a little bit. Now I'm going to wait here till we get some smoke so I can show you the gassier effect. This is one of the newer stoves on the market, or one of the newest rages this year. This is a Chinese copy I got off of eBay for $24 delivered to my house. That's postage, the cost of the stove, whatever taxes there were. This is an old Trangia I've had for, I don't know, 15 years. I lost a screw top to it. They're just about indestructible, in the neighborhood of $20 any place on the internet. The American version of this one is about $70. You know, I'll buy American if I can, but just shopping there on eBay, I just couldn't resist this. I have to pause this and come back later. Okay, it's starting to gas now. It doesn't gas good with the lid off of it. So if you look inside here, you can see where the holes are. Where the draft holes are, there's no fire. The fire comes out in between the draft holes. Let's see if it'll work with this off. Tell a little bit. The fire is actually in between the holes. That's because there's air blowing out of the vent holes and burning the smoke that would normally be coming off the fire. The vent's a lot better with this. So what you're doing here is not only are you burning the whatever you put in there, the wood or whatever the fuel source happens to be, you're burning the smoke that normally comes off of it. So it's almost a smokeless fire. I mean, I'm inside my house and it's been burning here for 10 minutes. I mean, I've had fire burning here for an hour, and there'll be just barely a little bit of smoke in the house. Now, if you have an old lady, it won't work, but if you're by yourself, you can do anything you want, and it's really not bad inside the house. Okay, two more things here. You shouldn't put alcohol in this type of bottle, because the alcohol will eat the plastic. You should use an alcohol-approved bottle. Usually I use a vodka bottle, but I couldn't find a small one anyway. And another thing people complain about is burning the flame inside the house. Oh, you'll kill yourself, everybody will die, burn up all the oxygen, you'll croak in here. You see the size of the fire, right? A gas stove is not vented. You might have over the top of it, you might have a fan to suck smoke out and stuff. Most people don't turn it on. So you turn a fire on the stove, nobody complains about it. No one's going to tell you you're going to die from it. Turn two of them on, no one's telling you you're going to die about it. You take a turkey and put it in the oven for 7 hours. Just go to sleep. This is with no ventilation. You wake up in the morning, you cook potatoes and gravy, you cook for hours and hours inside the house with your gas stove, and no one says you're going to die from it. You start this up in your house, and people want to open all the windows, chop a hole in the attic, call the health department, buy 5 canaries. I mean, like, if you're going to die, this is no more flame than it is coming out of your stove. So any place you can run your stove, you can run this, and it's actually not quite as clean. There's a slight amount of smoke, but it's almost smokeless. Now, obviously, you don't want to burn creosote or paint chips or anything stupid like that in the house. You got to have common sense. This stove here was actually designed to burn wood. You're supposed to take it backpacking and pick up pine cones and needles and leaves and put it in there. And that's fine. If I go backpacking, that's what I'll do. But this right here is for emergency preparedness in the house. This is made out of stainless steel. It'll last longer than I will. Alcohol doesn't age. It'll last longer than I will. As long as you keep them wood pellets dry, there's no life expectancy on it. You could leave this stuff up in the cupboard for 30 years. The only thing I should do is, instead of using a butane lighter, I should use a magnesium lighter. Okay, thanks for watching.